Good evening and welcome to the Group 3 League live from Maggior GP with your host KhaosRising. As you can see today, I have my mic on, I have the camera on, which means I'm not feeling racing tonight. I have done practice, I have done horrible. I'm not putting anyone through that tonight. Tonight we're gonna watch some very good Group 3 racing around a track that I am not that good at. As you can see, the lobby is slowly filling up with all of our lovely drivers. Shout out to the second driver on that list, GRT Mashed Potato. Indeed, Lash Walker has joined the ranks. Hope everybody is well. I'm now about to shut myself up. Heyo Jack, heyo Crimson, hope you are both well. Here comes Coolio, and I cannot be held responsible for any Coolio references over the course of the evening. Here comes Geezer as well. Mung is in. Everyone is filing in at the moment. Gad, if free to people. Or is that purely a reference to the fact that I've gone back to the scan lines?
A hologram. Very something indeed.
I've had to go back to this again. Means you can't tell what colour I'm wearing either, so hey. I do have a party open. Ah, there it is, the Mr. Potato. GRT Mash has arrived and joined. It is amazing to see. Good evening, Cordell. Gad, I do have a party open if you do want to join. Here comes Nick. Looks like we're going to be very much fully loaded tonight, and some people might even miss out. Here comes the resident alien. Our very own Rob Craig. Bertie, of course the lobby's open. Otherwise you wouldn't be in the lobby. Ooh. I do have it. Hey yo Mung, how you doing fella?
Master TJ says execute order 6-6.
Ah, buenos dias, señor. ¿Qué tal? What's up?
Bertman's a dictator.
Well,
we need to free the people. He won't let me change this from the Z4. I've tried bargaining with him and everything.
Well, you chose the Z4.
Oh, we can't trust every fucking decision that I make.
Even if we'd asked the question of why you high at the time, you still chose the car, and those are Bertman's rules.
I even offered to give up all my points for the championship to change my car.
Mate, I'm in the Supra, and I'm horrible in it, so...
Okay, MOG happy.
So, I hope if I beat anyone tonight, they feel really bad, because this Z4 is terrible.
How is the DVR9 allowed?
It isn't. Anyway, I thought Killies was in the Peugeot for this.
One GTR and I don't care.
Oh, I'm just changing on my phone, because I do believe Bertie has... That's because you need to be friends with me, James Lee, in the chat, or in Discord. And to be honest, I think we're going to have a full lobby tonight, so... I think I've pinned it, there we go.
Hey, chat,
Achilles, right then. Achilles. back in Vantage, please.
TJ pop in the party, mate.
I'm having the private one. It's gonna be. I'm just gonna have a quiet one tonight. Just gonna have a purely a commentary stream, just in case anything is said and that. It's just to keep it just to keep it a polite one. If you guys want to keep a party, by all means keep a party open. But if you are in there, can you tell Achilles he needs to get out of that DBR9, because that is not the car that he chose. He's racing.
Yeah.
And also, if I change parties, that means I'm also going to blue screen stream.
Party's open. The other party.
TJ, are you available on Saturday afternoons?
No. Sorry for the short and blunt on that one, Jack, but no, I'm unfortunately I've got to work.
So who's cheekily trying to use the DBR9?
Achilles.
See, he's so crafty, isn't he?
To be fair, Achilles almost as bad.
Because I couldn't change my car.
Yeah, and he's trying to change his, so no. You chose Aston Martin Vantage. You chose Aston Martin Vantage, that is the car that you are racing. Bertman's in the Jag, Cordell's in the Porsche, Rob will be in the Merc when he loads in. Lewis is in the Hyundai. Zombie, if he makes it, is due to be in the Chevy. Geese is typing out a message. Bless him, he's old, we'll have to give him a chance. Geezer. Well, that's interesting. Bertie, you need to put Geezer on the list. Because I believe he's at least raced the last one, but he's not down to beat in the V-dub.
You just made the list.
Ah, Alessio, you're gonna have to leave, mate, I'm afraid. He's our Italian friend that we met earlier, Gad. Very top lad.
Excellent.
Achilles bending the rules, I see, LOL.
Oh, it's very simple. Bertie will kick him out. Even here comes the Wild Cards fan in his Scooby-Roo.
Will we let that guy race as well?
What's that, the Wild Cards fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately so. And that is also a very good point from Crimson. This isn't manufacturers. Because that's why, in theory, I should be in the Supra. But tonight, I'm not racing.
He's glued to the DBR9 seat.
Yeah, no, he won't get out there.
Can I race in your spot in the Supra?
You'd rather race the Supra than the Z4, wouldn't you?
Any day of the week.
Oh wow, is it that bad round there, is it?
This is quite a speed dominant track, isn't it? And carrying speed, and that's something that this car just doesn't have. I'm gonna win. Oh.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Mole. Did you really have to go there? Well, it's a good start. Cards fans in and he's out on track already. I think we need to invest in getting Killy's a keyboard so he can type a bit quicker. Actually, to be honest, I think we all need to invest in one of those.
Achilles is kind of right on the sign-ups. It says Model V12 GT3.
Yeah, but it states Vantage GT3. Doesn't it? I believe, 'cause that's what I was looking at.
Nope, not at the one I looked at.
Yeah, I closed Discord by accident. I need to reopen it again. Okay, it's a VAT. I will slightly concede that he has only put V12 GT3, but that's purely because there wasn't two variations. You started in Advantage, you're staying in Advantage. That's my eyes on it. Gad's even tried changing out the Z4, and Berman's told him no. So, if he can't change, Achilles definitely can't change cars inside the same race, or inside the same season. And Gad even volunteered to drop all of his points. No, it's not a PD issue, Jack.
PD.
No, it's not a PD issue, Jack. It's a Bertman issue because it's Bertman's league. But Achilles has conceded and dropped back into GT3. I do need to say Bertie need. Well, everything seems to be pretty good so far. And unfortunately, guys, you've been staring at that black screen for a while, so let's see what the cars are about. So we have Korea out on track. A very snaky cards fan.
Hey, caption, it's bomb. Whenever this GR3 league is done,
hey-o.
Bertman can make another one, and Achilles can take the DBR9.
Yes, indeed he can. And to be honest, I think so will Gemini. And probably, I forgot the name.
Look in the GR3 Chato.
Is he actually trying to take it up with Bertman? Bertman will just decline it. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to give James an opportunity purely because the fact of there's like 20 people signed up for this race, Jack. He's actually just on Discord. No disrespect to him, but there's like 20 people signed up. I'm not going to possibly give space if another 2 people want to come in that are signed up. If that makes sense. Not trying to sound harsh, but you... So we have card fans up first. You have a Mung hunting you down there, Gad.
I'm turning into Aston Dyke, emoji smiling face with horns.
You have to join the list of them, mate, 'cause there's a few of them in the aura. community if you hadn't realised.
Enjoying the stream? Don't forget to like, subscribe and check out the links in the description.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, Gad's gone for a Johnny Walker player design. Very nice, mate. It's a slight upgrade from the pot noodle.
When I used to smoke, this used to be my brand. In fact, so...
As you do.
But I do like my Jags.
To be honest, Jack, I'm waiting for the Group 4 Supra to be allowed for Manus. Then I'm going Toyota. Because I really enjoy that car.
Isn't that weird though, that you can use a new Aston in the manufacturers, not the Supra?
Yeah, but that's easy to answer. It's because the Group 4 Supra isn't available to everybody. It was only available because of that Dunmash survey, which is why only so many of the community members actually have it. If they make it available to everybody, then it can be used. Otherwise, it's unfair to the people that have got it, but unfair to the ones that don't. But it's a private owned vehicle, it's not one that you can loan. Like I say, if it does become available, then I will be running double Supras for Manus, and I'll be going Toyota, because I really like both the cars. See, there is Mr. Hippie, on his way in. Indeed, Gad, have you spotted, currently on stream, the glorious Hyundai driven by GRT
I would have
mashed
done the
potato?
survey, but it glitched and it didn't let me do one of the questions. Emoji face with symbols on mouth.
Oh really, Jack? That's a bit shit. Pardon my term.
Hi TJ and CO and Chato, emoji grin, sorry
Hey-o,
I'm
hippo.
late.
That's fine, mate.
So, how many times does 22 come up in the times tables?
Well, what do you mean?
Yo yo hippie I.
I'm doing number patterns to work out my pitch strategy.
11. It's a one stop. If you're looking at that, you're looking at one stop.
Freaking one stop. Actually... Oh, so I've got to change tyre compound tonight. And my fuel won't go 11 laps.
Hi Jack, emoji grin.
So, that being said, would it not be worth possibly two stopping, going 7, 7, 8? Because that was the strat that I was originally looking at.
You know, that might work, you know.
That was the strat that I was originally going to pull for.
What you crazy
But
people
do I have an
doing?
extra stop into that and refresh the tyres?
It's Group 3 League. Revon. Yeah, if you catch the end of Heppo's stream from earlier in the GRT channel, there was an amazing race between Crimson, Lesio and
It's me bombs.
Lemmy.
Awesome.
Ah yeah, of course it's Trav. I always forget it's you.
I caught most of that stream.
Mate, you didn't miss a lot, unfortunately, because it was very laggy. Wasn't anything by attention or issue, but it was really bad.
Hello, mate.
Good day, Mr. Heed.
Evening. Right. Sorry I'm late. I was doing loads of practice.
You mean you're making a coffee?
Yeah. Delivery. Oof. Tell you what. Let's make Jack happy. I think that's Jack's delivery.
To be honest, I do want to see Alessio set a time, see how he compares to Rob and Matt. But I do want to get started.
Getting on track. As soon as everybody's ready, I'm ready. So, you know me, I don't really do it like this.
Do I have 5 minutes?
Who has asked that one? Just waiting for the message back from Trav. Yes, Mong, you got 5 minutes. Right, so that means I'll round it up to 8, so it'll be 1/4 past start. Just give it up just give it a little bit extra time.
Should make it about 1/4 past. Alright, start.
Thanks, Tinkle Time.
Yeah, no dramas.
No drama.
I never understood the program.
There is Mr. Rob. Okay, so he's coming on that lap and has that fuel and has done that to the tyres. If that's coming from him, that does not bode well for anyone else. Obviously, I can't check what some other people are doing. Why is apparently everyone in the pits?
No, I think there was a few people in the pits.
Do you know what, I think everyone pit at the same time.
Yeah.
It's either that or my spectator is broken.
I think Mung jumped in because he ran to the toilet.
Well, that makes sense. Rob's in the pits because he was getting fuel. There are definitely other cars out on track.
God. He's on.
Right, I'm sorry guys, we're gonna have to sit here and watch Rob because to get my spectate has had a twitchy moment and it's gonna sit here and watch Rob instead.
It's weird.
Do 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 do. Right, that's 5 minutes. 5.
Legio is not
No.
out of the race.
I know. I'm not racing Bertie, I'm afraid, mate. All my practices I've done today have just been poor. And I think I've only managed to put in 2 decent
I'm
laps,
back.
and I'm just going to get in the way.
TJ will race if I can change from the Z4.
You're not allowed to change, which means I'm not racing. And tonight I want to promote the amazing Group 3 league that we have with literally some of our best drivers. And I can't do that if I'm spinning around at the back. He's not the only one. He has he has also affected Cards fan as well. Thank you very much, Lesio.
Excuse me. Click the red X.
Yeah, he's fine, he's out. It's because I said unregister.
Cards fans stuck in the pits. Rob.
No, he's on the same thing that I have, where we're stuck spectating Rob.
Weird.
That's why at the moment the stream is currently a lot of people just sat here staring at Rob in the pits because I can't see anything either. So it's my face and a quite regularly appearing chat box.
So didn't it not let you click on the binoculars? Does it do nothing?
Ah, no, there we go, it's unfixed. I can now see Creo. There is Gad. Hallelujah.
Hi.
Hey, matey. Hey, hey. I do like that livery, Jack. You did do a very nice job on that, mate.
Maybe it is in the chat.
That's such a nice design. I feel the number board actually lets that down. I think I definitely, like I say, any number boards that I have made that people want recolor coding, just ask. It will take me about 3 minutes. It doesn't take me long at all. Unless it's on my laptop, like I had to do one earlier, which was a pain in my ass. Saying of which, there is Geezer sporting his lovely new number board. I guess I need to work on one for Mr. GRT Mashed Potato. So that'll be on the list of things to do for tomorrow.
Mashed potato, mashed potato.
I colored mine, name it on most of mine.
Ali put hot potato in GTA. Just get a hand grenade and you throw it in the crowd and you go, hot potato? No, anyway.
Yeah, because I thought apparently you're not allowed to do it anymore and go suicide bomber.
No, yeah. You shout something different and then run away. I'm not along them lanes.
Good luck. Let's have a green race. I wish there was one to see you at the end.
See
Might
on
sound
the
like a
other side.
statistic.
Yeah, exactly that.
See you at the end. Oh.
See you on the other side.
Yeah.
Donut fest.
Burn out those tyres before you start with quali. Could you imagine if they did actually input that into Gran Turismo, that whatever tyres you finish
I come
qualifying
back to
on?
you talking about suicide bombers and hand grenades in crowds. Emoji happy tears.
Hey, Hippie was the one that mentioned about the ones in crowds.
Damn that I got pole.
Yeah, but it doesn't make no difference, Mung. You should know that, not when you got a quali session.
Talking about GT.
Who is actually out first? I believe it's not Crimson. Who is at the front of this train? As he isn't. It's actually Gad with a rabbit mashed potato chasing him around the track already in quali. So, without trying to put too much pressure on him, we're gonna follow Gad for his first lap. I've only just realised how you've done your number board, because I forgot I did your neg, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was thinking, I don't remember making you a yellow number board, then realised it was one of the negs that I did for you. So it does appear to that we have had an up-to-date score list on positions. Rob is making sure that he gets a lot of space. It looks like it's going to be him and Crimson running at the back to see who can pick the opportunity up. But Gaddy's going to be the first across the line. As he comes into the last corner, down the hill. A little bit wide, but off he goes. Good luck, fine sir.
Thank you.
Little bit of tactics I see there coming into play from Carrillo. He must have started on a different tyre, but he has switched to super softs of quali. Dun dun dun. So as we come to the end of Sector 1, Gad breaks the beam with 33.1. Everything appears to be very clean and composed at this moment. Not particularly hungry for some curb, which means at least it's not unsettling the car. 1 minute 2.0 as it crosses the second sector beam. Now that was a very nice large nibble on that apex. Back up the hill to the end of sector 3. .3. Only a few corners to go. He's been overtaken through the last corner, but Gad's lap time comes out at a 1:57.7, but Mash has done a 1:55.5, Cards fan 1:54.2, Bertie 55.7, Mung 55.1, Killy's 56.8, Coolio 56.1, Nick 56.8. So try and flick back through. Hippie 57.2. Crimson 55.2. Mr. Cards fan has jumped into the pits for a change of rubber. I haven't seen... Oh. Right, Crimson and Mash have tactically stopped their laps, jumped back into the pits to get new rubber rather than trying to complete the lap. Is that possibly a very smart idea, or is that possibly slightly foolhardy? We'll wait to find out. But then if there's no fuel burn, it doesn't matter. If there is still fuel burn on, I've made a mistake. I don't think I have.
No.
These are the same. These are the same settings as last week. So all I do is just change the race at the end.
Unless it's running on electricity.
Who let the GTE cars back in here again? God damn it. So very much smart tactics in play by a couple of the guys here. Mr. Rob, one of the guys not to have set a lap time, because he's pitted on lap 1. Currently due to finish his lap 1:26.2 through the third sector split. Unless I give you a load of facts and figures, I can't quite tell where that puts him, but I suspect this is going to be a very nice lap. Coming down the hill into the last corner now. Cordell drops a 1:57.9. Somehow feel he won't be that happy with that one. Rob, 1:55 flat, 8/10 behind Cards Fan and just jumps ahead of Monk. Geezer improves for a 56.5, puts him currently 8th place with 1 minute 19 to go. I don't know if Rob is trying to get another lap in or not, but he does appear to be very much giving most of it to the beans, at least. Mung with a minute left with a new set of boots on. I don't know if he's going to make it across the line. It's going to be close. A Wild Bertman is very much borrowing Mung. The two previous Jev drivers are working together to try and improve their own times, but to be fair, Bertman is not actually that far behind on the timesheets. Bertman is on an outlap, so both him and Mung have got 20 seconds to make it to that line, or this effort is going to be completely wasteful. 10 seconds to go, guys. I don't think they're going to make it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Any laps that anyone is on will be it. No more improvements. So Mung does a spin. Bertie's unfortunately missed out. Achilles doesn't improve. Coolio doesn't improve. Who else have we got on track? Geezer coming around to finish his last lap in the V-dub. Around the last corner. Currently 2.3 off the pace of a rapid Cardigan. Geezer gives 56.6. He's only a 10th off his personal best. Hippie crossed the line, another one that doesn't improve. Gad's still sat in the pits, so that means we're going to have to wait for 1 minute 30. Mash improves 1:55.2. Unfortunately, I have missed that one. Carrillo is just come out the pits the same, so he's currently on an outlap, but it's 1 minute 20 till the end, so it's not going to make much difference. Cards Fan, I think, is actually in the pause menu, so we're not actually
Someone
waiting
has
for him.
coronavirus. Good job, Cards Fan.
Indeed, very good job, Matt.
Technically, you want me to just drive and go past the start-finish line, don't you?
One thing is, you have to go all the way round now, so you won't get round the lap in a minute.
No, I know that. No, literally, I'll drive for like a couple of inches and it'll finish me, I think.
Well, it'll just start you at the end of pit lane, won't it? I think you can try it, but I've got
I'm
funny.
in the pit. Look.
But yeah, it'll still give you like a 3 minute lap time.
Oh yeah, look, still do a lap.
Yeah, you've got 36 seconds to quote-unquote try and finish the lap.
I could do a 35-second lap.
I think you should do 35 seconds of donuts. See, it doesn't take that much persuading. Like I said a minute ago, just for the start of qualifying, thank Christ they haven't given us the rule where whatever tyres you finish qualifying are the ones you have to start on.
Like the Formula 1, yeah.
Yeah. Can imagine that.
Ooh, can you imagine? Oof.
Especially if you're doing donuts like Gad, and next thing you know, he's got absolutely burnt out rear tyres.
Oh, shit, we've got to start with these, haven't we?
Yeah.
Thanks, emoji smiling eyes.
Oh,
Indeed,
so
very
you
good
got
job,
that.
Cards fan. That was a very nice lap, as per usual, from yourself. Let's have
Good
some
luck,
flashes, please,
Good luck,
boys.
everybody.
Let's get a little flashy for the stream.
All the way at the back. Can't even
Thank
see
you
me.
very much. It's all
3
lovely
drivers,
and pretty.
Cards fan, rockin' me.
I was on the right, you couldn't even see it as well.
Rob C.
All the way back up the field. Good luck. Clean into turn 1, please, guys. But you already know the drill. And we are off. Crimson had an amazing start then. I think he somehow managed to catch Matt flat-footed, and he's in a Scooby. Lovely and clean, guys. Beautifully done, beautifully done. Jump back to the front. Cards fan and Crimson. Oh,
What did it kill? Giza, I think. I've seen a bit of yellow.
Yeah, he's alright.
yeah, everyone is still up and going.
We had the Aston, if you float on the accelerator, do we have black tyres spin? It's got no grip.
Bertman's managed to get past Mash. Coolio's very much giving him some pressure as well. I think Mash has
Emoji
just dropped
call
2
me hand.
positions.
Emoji victory sign. Emoji cocktail glass.
Good evening, Mr. Goat. Hope you are well. Cards fan automatically with the tactics, trying to go all the way to the far right hand side so he doesn't give Crimson the suck. Crimson just does not want it. Not everyone's playing those games. Looking back down the hill, Mash has managed to get his position back from Coolio, but Bertie in the Jag is walking away at the moment, trying to catch Rob, Crimson and Cards fan. Money is very much wanting to come and join the party on that one.
Hippie is using my livery I made for Gem. I could have put his number board on it if he asked LOL.
I think you should do it anyway for him, mate. To be fair, Jack. I'll say all the boards are shared. If you want a coloured one for him, then let me know and I'll custom one up for you. It's like I could say about Cards Fan how he could use his number board that I made him. But then saying that though, he's using a Blanc Pan livery, so can't really do that. Crimson and Rob carrying on the hostilities from previous. But Bertie must have put some time and practice in today, because he is very, very much trying to keep up with his front 3 tonight. Mash has managed to break away from Mung and Coolio and is working his way back to Bertie. To be fair, guys, there's virtually battles all over the racetrack, except for Cards Fan at the front, who is just having a leisurely stroll at the moment. That GTR's caught the back of that Genesis again. I think at this rate one could almost tell us exactly what colour code was used on that light blue of Mash... I was going to say Mashwalker. of Lewis's Genesis then. Hope everything's going okay for you, Corio. You're having a bit of a slidey time in your Porsche at the moment, mate. Just keep your head down and you'll be alright. Still a long way to go. 20 more laps. It is quite interesting though, as we...
I've got to go now, guys. Night, y'all.
Not a problem. Thank you very much. I'm guessing that'll be Jackie. As soon as my phone updates, yes it is. Not an issue, Jack. Have a nice evening, mate. I'll try and give you some various commentary as I go along. Not trying to give you far too much, but don't want to give you not enough. Achilles is having fun, having a nice little ding-dong with M3 guy. Nick, well, hey, hello. Both of them having a slide round the S's then. Hopefully nothing comes to blows amongst the pair of them. Obviously in regards to our previous conversation, Gad. Regarding Achilles and Nick. Mr. M3 guy.
Oh yeah.
This is the first race that Nick has been back in with us for a while. I don't know if Nick's internet's having like a mini issue at all, but it did look as if there was a slight tap on the rear from Achilles, but on the stream as I watched it, there was so much air between them, it looked as if Nick just lost the back end. Which is a surprise since he's in the Audi. That thing should be pretty well planted. At the end of lap 3, Nick is making a tactical decision to come in the pits. Boom, boom, boom. New set of boots. What's Nick got on? He's gone to a set of mediums. Interesting strat, but he has refueled to the end. Well, I say to the end, he's got a full tank. He will at least have to make one more stop. Well, Corio now has a target in front of him in 14th place. I don't know if Corio is ever in our streams, but for next time, going that wide is technically a track violation. And to be honest, I think you probably lost time going that wide. But there we have Cards Fan, Rob, Crimson all split out by about 5 seconds. But now Mung is right up the back of Bertie. Has he got the drive going into the banked right-hander? Lewis lurking in the background. Mung's got it up the inside. Bertie taking a wide line.
Because he's commentating, you get boss.
I'm giving it my best. Amazing racing from you three once again. Bertie, Mung, Lewis. This is the exact reason why I knew I could get away with not racing tonight, because I can show you this amazing racing right here. All three of them are literally inside the second, but that GTR is just pulling away on the straights. But Lewis, in the little Genesis that could, is keeping up in the corners. Genesis is such a dark horse in Group 3. Oh, little bit squirty there from Bertie. Wasn't meant to rhyme, I'm a bit sorry for that one. Lewis tried to switch back on Bertie. Bertie's run a bit wide. Very eager on the gas pedal, but the Jag is still pulling away going into the braking zone. Lewis takes the shallower line. Bertie! He's gone for a slide. He's okay, he's not lost a lot of time, but he has knocked him down about a second and a bit off of Mash. Hopefully he just refocuses and carries on. He can do this, but he has got a fast travelling Aston Martin Vantage V12 in the shape of Achilles, nudge nudge wink wink, coming rapidly up the back of the Jag. There shouldn't be no heroics into Sandoval by Achilles, and there isn't, but he takes a narrow line. But Tim has got once again a very good drive out of that, and going into the next sector, I think Bertie might have a bit more pressure on him. Is Achilles going to try something? He's looking. Nope, he's still got a considerable gap between the two. Is there going to be anything going into the last corner? Bertie slightly covers the inside line. Achilles with a possible switchback. Bertie, oh, that was a little bit dodgy on the spectator side there, Bertie. You took the full racing line knowing you wanted to come into the pits, and you've taken Achilles' nose off. Luckily you haven't hit him, but even I think for your own sanity on that one, mate, I think you would even possibly say that was a little bit close. Bertie and Coolio are literally out nose to tail. Bertie's onto a set of mediums, Coolio also onto a set of mediums. Coolio has now made his pit stop as well, he's also on a set of mediums. Nick has done quite well to pick up a couple. Hey Emma, good evening sir. Nick has done very well to re-pick his time back up. Giza, I believe, was one of the early pit stoppers and has managed to catch back up to Gad. Gad, I believe, started on his mediums and he's making them go a fair distance.
That was a risky auntie.
I'm glad I wasn't alone with that one, Emma. I did think that was
Hi,
very
by the
much
way,
on the risky side.
What's that?
I have the your length on your medium tyres that you're making last reasonably well so far, as well as the Bertman's entry to the pits of coming across the front of Achilles. So if I jump back to the front, oh Jesus Christ, who was that?
The mediums as well. I think Easy's Geezer's on the same strategy as me and Hippie maybe.
Geezer has pitted. Geezer pitted quite early. I think he pitted lap 3. Right, so at the moment, Cards Fan is half a second ahead of Rob. Rob has managed to catch him, but they're both about 6 seconds ahead of Mung. Yes, you hear me, Mungino is in third. He's now 2 of Crimson. Crimson's tyre wear is not brilliant in fourth. His front on those softs are absolutely tortured. I suspect he's trying to go for a 2-stop, so I suspect Crimson should be in this lap. Mung, Rob, Cards Fan, I suspect to be the same. It's quite interesting because Rob's front tyre wear is considerably better than his rear. So, don't know if Matt is having issues or if Matt has decided he's going to now try and fuel save a bit. But he does have a better fuel economy than Rob, so it's potential. But Mung has got about the same fuel as Cards, so there's lots of different strats that are coming around at the moment. Cordell, Hippie, Gad, the initial ones starting on the mediums, currently 7th, 8th and 9th. Hippie, personal shout out, doing an amazing job. Crimson, concentrate on the racing. Coming round into the penultimate corners of lap 7, I suspect there will be a pull into the pits for at least 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. There's the tight lines. Matt has gone in the pits. Rob is trying to go for one more. This could be the switch on tyres of what it can do. But one thing I did forget to mention, Mung was on super softs and so was Lewis. So much potential. Achilles did get the super softs also for 7 laps. So Matt is going to be the first one out of the pit stoppers on this one, and has come out 4 seconds ahead of Cordell, the first medium starter. So Hippie has also managed to stay there, but has come out right next to Mung. Mung is on a brand new set of soft tyres. Cards Fan has come out on super soft tyres.
Sorry for holding you up, man.
Crimson has gone for super softs. Lewis has gone to a set of mediums. Those pit stops has generated a lovely little battle. 3 wide almost into that one. Gad's gone round. No.
Oh, I went wide trying to be fair and it's done a shit.
That is very unfortunate, mate. You were having a lovely little go then. Achilles currently in 12th on a brand new set of soft tyres. That is his change for the day. As we make our way back up through the grid. Crimson and Geezer having a run down to the banked right-hander. Geezer's had a bit of a poor exit because Bertie is right on the back of him on those fresh medium tyres. Bertie's gone up the inside, left plenty of space for Geezer. Geezer has hung it a bit wide, but that has allowed Lewis to get back past as well. Oh, Nick's gone round. Nick's round. I've not seen what's gone on there. Hopefully everything has been... It was not an intentional accident or anything else. So we have Cards Fan on his first flying lap out of the pits on super softs, 7 seconds ahead of Rob, so that possible overcut for that one additional lap by Rob might not have done him brilliantly. Good evening, Mr. Bliss. We hope you are well. There is space for you to jump into party, but unfortunately you are unable to join the lobby, as the lobby is currently full. Mung currently in 3rd. Interestingly enough, he didn't pick up a full tank of gas on that pit stop, where Rob has gone a full tank, so Rob's looking to try and save himself some time, where Mung is trying to get the most out of that car. Cordell even,
I'm on
currently
PC2
4th.
getting ready to beat Gem.
Cordell currently in 4th, the lead of the no-stop medium runners is currently getting hunted down by a rabid McLaren F1. Crimson is on those super soft tyres. I think possibly for the best of Cordell's race is if he politely concedes to let pass Crimson without ruining either of their
LOL,
opportunities.
your voice and you in person on vid doesn't match TJ, emoji wink.
That's because everyone loves it. Yeah, Crimson is round. Cordell has done the smart thing for his race to try and sit behind Crimson, possibly try and spend 1 lap in the slipstream, try and get himself pulled along, but that McLaren has just pulled away from that 911. Cordell cannot make it 11. He's jumped in the pits with 5% fuel. He is the first of the medium stoppers, or medium starters.
I was.
Apologies, Dad, I did not see you, due to your unfortunate incident, jump in to re-pick back up again. Hippie must have been in the one before. It's another one that I've missed.
Yeah, I went in the lap before.
That's what happens when the commentary team spend too much time looking at the leaders. I do apologise to everybody else.
Alright, we're into the pits.
So, Bertie and Coolio currently in 6 and 7. Jag versus Porsche. Don't want to quite say it's a renewed rivalry, but to be fair, I think everyone's had a fairly polite altercation with everybody. Nothing has been aggressive to what has been heard or seen, but Coolio's got a lot better run going down the back straight. And to be honest, Enra, my voice when I'm on microphone is completely different to real life. For some reason it just like adds an octave.
Same emoji face with stuck out tongue.
Next one, easy geezer. Coming to get you.
It is amazing to see some aliens at work, I'm not gonna lie. What did Cards Fan do? Is 155. So he managed to drop that 155.1 literally on lap 2 of the race with full fuel. Pretty impressive, to be fair. Especially since the fact of I don't think anyone is even close to that. Rob with a 55.4. But I think that was his outlap on previous. So 55.6 last lap, but then that would have been like third lap less fuel. No, sorry, that would have been first flying lap. So very much half a second between them. Amazing to see. To be fair, Matt did have a 54.4 outlap from the pits, so he very much
I
was
can't
giving
stand
the
hearing
beans.
my own voice in chat, that's why I'm not sharing it when I'm in the streams.
Makes sense, Emma. The thing is, I can talk for, I was going to say for Britain, I just talk for GRT, makes more sense.
The world.
I do try, but the phrase of hind leg and donkey come to mind, but I'm already the ass, so. Oh, I've turned over on the wrong time for that one. Come on, Corio, you can do it, dude. Knuckle your head back in. You can do it. That was after his second pit stop. So Korea has already pitted twice in this race, and we've not quite made it to half race distance. We are on half race distance. Matt is on lap 12, 5.5 ahead of Rob.
You sound great though, and raw.
Ah, and we're getting some love in chat. That must be Mayday. And it is. Mung is doing really well on this stint, consistently in the 56s. From his first flying lap to the current, there's been slight fluctuations in times, but Mung has got his consistency very much in at the moment. Those soft tyres though do not appear to be treating him brilliantly. But where I don't believe Mung has fueled early in the race, I think he's going to be in for a long pit stop when he comes in I think, around about lap 14. Unless he can somehow stretch it to lap 15 to then run super softs to the end. Crimson, half tank of fuel, only been out for 3 laps. No, he pitted another one on lap 7.
The GTR its tires.
He has done indeed, but then saying that, the McLaren F1 has done very much the same. Those super softs on the front have been absolutely chewed coming from Crimson. There's Coolio into the pits from 7th place. But if Crimson can somehow keep those tyres going for another 2 laps... I don't know MHM. That's one I don't understand. You'll probably explain it to me and go, oh, didn't know that. There we got Lewis currently in 5th. Running around the 57s to 58s, which is still a very good lap time on those medium tyres. Very much appears
Could
to
sound
be...
like me, lol.
Achilles currently the last of the,
It's the same as
best
saying
tyres running. Ah, okay. So yeah, Achilles currently in 6th place, but the last of the fastest tyre users. The reason why I put it as that is he started on super softs and currently is on softs. Lewis, who is 4.5 ahead of him, started on supers and has gone to a set of mediums, also on lap 7. So that's not too bad. You currently have Hippie currently in 7th, who started on that mediums, pitted end of lap 8. So an alternative option strat once again. If he can somehow keep these going on till probably lap 15, he might be able to take super softs to the end, but that could be a little bit dicey. Bertie, who will be in for pit stop, on the nose, end of lap 13 on 3% fuel. Bertie on mediums, still having 9 laps to go. This will be a full tank of gas and a brand new set of boots. Would he try a set of hards so he doesn't have to pit again? Not sure. He's only managed 8 on that set of mediums, so 9 is going to be a very large push. He's gone for a set of softs. That's an interesting strat there from Bertie, so that would be soft, medium, soft, I think he's gone. I think there's possibly another pit stop in Bertie's future, but he's come out right behind Gad. Gad, who's doing a lovely job. According to my very unreliable sources, apparently Gad pitted on the last lap, which I don't believe is true. I think he pitted on lap 8.
I did?
Yeah, for some reason I have a P next to your last lap, which I very much didn't see you in the pits when Bertman was in there, so... Apparently Giza once again pitted also on lap 11, but I don't think that was the case.
No, I don't think he did.
But then I know Giza has been in recently for a new set of boots, so... Oh no, so that was Coolio. There is Coolio, lap 12, 2 minute 13. Cards fan is into the pits. So he has managed to go 7 and 7. So he's going to go for a set of softs, but he's going to need to try and eke out 8 laps on these. He has a full tank of gas and is 4 seconds behind Mung. Rob is 12 seconds ahead of Matt. So it's interesting to see if Rob is going to try and get another lap out of these super softs, so he can go to lap 16, and means he will have another set of super softs to last a shorter distance with a lesser fuel. depending on stop distance and stop time in the pits, is what this is really going to be crucial. Mung was 4 seconds ahead of Cards Fan as he's come out the pits. Matt has chewed 2 seconds off him already, and that time is falling. Sorry, Mung, you've probably got this in the background. I do apologise, but he is. That Subi is chasing him down the straight. Don't get me wrong, the GTR is pulling away slowly, but you cannot beat those fresh, soft tyres on that Subi. Look at those fronts on Crimson's McLaren. Oh my days. His front left tyre must be around about 70%. That's how much tyre wear Crimson has in that McLaren. That is brutal. Front right is about 65, if not 70, 75.
Good lord.
Exactly, Edna, that is huge tyre wear. But that is a set of super softs which he's held out for 8 laps. So that means Crimson will be in on this lap to do a 7 stint. In has come Mung. He's going to get rid of his set of softs. He's going to need 3/4 fuel at least. Yep, Crimson is in. He's finally getting off them super softs. But he's got 13% fuel, so he's got a little bit better than Mung. Mung comes out with 79% fuel on a brand new set of super softs. He has come out 1.5 seconds behind Lewis. Lewis, I suspect, will be wanting to try and pit in the next lap or two, because I think he's only got about 1 lap of fuel left. But then he is on the mediums. He has currently gone 16 laps. Not on those tyres, it's 7 and 8. Actually no, I think it'll be 7 and 9. So he's doing a good job on trying to hold these medium tyres out. Mung a little bit wide out of that corner as he chases him down the straight. Cordell and Coolio, the Porsche crew, currently having a little inter-brand battle going into the long sweeping right-hander. Coolio looking to try and go around the outside of Cordell. Let's be honest, not the smartest idea. As he does back out, but Cordell's got a shallow line. Coolio giving Cordell some space as he'll almost allow Crimson in. Crimson is going to be hunting the pair of them down the back straight. If he manages to get them both, it will be one momentous move. That Cordell suck is keeping Coolio ahead. Dive bomb central from Crimson. No touch. Cordell has got the better drive though. Crimson with the massive Danny Rick send. Crimson looks like he's going to go up into the inside into the next one. He has done. Cordell possibly on the switch, but Hippie is getting lovely. Oh!
Get out of the way.
They were all new, like dip on a chip.
Fire at the same time.
Crimson on a switch.
Beautifully executed move.
Is that the commentary move or? Sometimes I wish I could actually control the camera. So Lewis has come out in 6th place on a brand new set of super softs. He only needs to get them to go for 6 laps. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. 6 laps for those super softs. He's done a very good job making them go that far. Coolio trying to keep up with Crimson. Cordell did pit with Hippie, so they're both on a brand new set of softs. That will be very much a race that will carry on to the end. Bertie currently in 9th.
Know the move from Crimson, emoji face with stuck out tongue.
Oh, the first one. You could possibly say the initial double dive was possibly a bit reckless, but luckily 2 clean drivers managed to execute it without any death, so that is why we are GRT, because we are that damn good.
Man, I'm coming for you now.
Gad is slowly making his way up the field. So, whilst I've been keeping an eye on all the battles up and down the field, after the final round of pit stops up front, KhaosRising is 7 seconds ahead of
Enjoying the
Rob.
stream? Don't forget to like, subscribe and check out the links in the description.
Thank you, Stacey. You could have given me a bit of notice you were going to speak. I could have had a drink. But we have KhaosRising at 7 seconds ahead of Rob. Rob was a little bit wide on that one, but he's 11 seconds clear of Mung. Mung, who's had an amazing race in the GTR.
GRT2.
Without
Stacy
trying
invites you to join us on Discord to participate in our events. URL.
Thank you very much, Mayday. So Mung, who has done an amazing job in this race with strategy and making them tyres last in that GTR, currently holding a 12-second lead over Crimson in 4th. Crimson, who's just picked up a new set of tyres, who's running around about 56.7s. Coolio 2 seconds back, 2.5 seconds back, as you can see, is a wild mashed potato rolling down the track. He's possibly a King Edward, but we are unsure on that one. Sorry, potato reference. Cordell and Hippie carrying on as they have done for the majority of this race, I do believe. They have switched left and right and right and left. It is brilliant to see. Hippie, 55.4 outlap, very good job by the way. If only you got points for outlaps. Killy's doing a lovely job in 9th. Bertie is 1.6 behind him. There's a small gap back to Gad, who is very much pushing his way around the field.
Trollolol, emoji wink.
Easy Geezer currently in 12th. M3 guy Nick is in 13th. Correo still there. Pure endurance for the man, currently in 14th. With the pace that KhaosRising is running, which is around about the 56s, I suspect Correo has probably got about 11 seconds of gap until he starts getting blue flags. I think he's possibly just popped to the toilet because he is now on a pause menu. Bertie and Coolio have both pitted. I think Coolio pitted first and Bertie's come back in for a brand new set of rubber, so that'll be a 3 stop for Bertie, I believe, possibly 4. I think he's got far too much fuel aboard though. But anywho, so Achilles is still 9th, but with Coolio now making that pit stop, let me put my teeth back in. After making that pit stop, Achilles is now right behind Coolio inside the second. Not like it makes any difference, it isn't F1, there is no such thing as DRS. It would be interesting if there was, but let's be honest, there isn't. Back to the front, KhaosRising is now only 5.6 now. Rob is slowly bringing down that time, but is also walking away from Mung. So Rob is very much on full push mode. Last lap 55.3, so Rob is very much giving it the full bean. As he crosses the line with a 55.7, Rob is trying. Is that... Cordell's just come out of the pits. He has avoided the roaming KhaosRising and came out right in front of Rob, but done a very good job of staying out the way. Down to 4.9 now is the gap between Rob and Matt. Anything can happen. Mung, top credit for Mung, slowly putting out the gap ahead of Crimson. That's an extra 2 seconds that you have since last time we checked. Crimson and Mash 2.3, Mash to Cordell 9.3, Cordell and Hippie still inside the second. Julio on that brand new set of rubber seems to be having what it takes to keep Achilles at bay. Then we've got Bertie having his own little battle with the clock. Geezer has pit. No? Yes? What? I thought you were clear of Geezer, Gad, so I'm guessing something's gone on.
I think he's on super soft. He pitted lap after me.
He did. So he's actually caught you on pace.
Hi mate. Which one is the best, Gran Turismo or Project C?
They're two completely different games, to be honest, Nicholas. Welcome to the stream though, by the way, mate. You have the
GT.
The complexity of Project Cars probably makes it better because of the other additional things, but the ability to pick up and play makes Gran Turismo better.
Yeah.
If you could merge the two games and have virtually everything that isn't the driving model from Project Cars, and then there's the driving model for the pure pick
I
up
like
and play
racing other
simplicity
people.
on Gran Turismo, is where it is. That would be my standpoint.
Yeah, Project
Separated
Cars
by
is a lot
skill.
more detail in there in the setup of a race. The immersion of it.
The ability for changeable weathers to start with, the fact of just to have dynamic weather, where we called out for weather on tracks. We didn't actually get that in this game, we just got wet tracks. So yeah, you possibly get a bit of spray off the other cars, but let's be honest, the track evolution should state driving around on wets and inters, the track will dry out unless it's quote unquote raining, but it's not. They're just wet tracks, so they stay as they are. The real inability to tell you if you've got hot or cold tyres, I find very frustrating, because we've all done special stage X races. Christ, we were doing a couple the other night. Going down the long straights, it tells you that your front tyres have gone cold, but that's after you've done the best part of like half the straight. But yet you have to sit on the start line for like about a minute before it actually tells you you've got cold tyres. In theory, why isn't there a colour green to go, okay, these are your optimal tyre temperatures, so you then know, because at least then you're in your working range. But then I've also come from a Formula 1 background, so I do like the extra little bits of info. He says that as he's just changed and Mash has finally caught Crimson. Crimson is having a slide once again in that McLaren. The tortured front tyres. If they would be screaming, I cannot repeat what they would be calling Crimson, because I'm trying to at least keep this PG. Going into the last lap, Rob is 2 seconds behind Cards Fan. Rob has literally rung that in so hard. They've still probably got 2 laps of fuel on board, and yet this is the last lap of the race. I want to watch Mash and Crimson, but I feel that Rob could catch Matt by the end of this lap. There is no doubt that Mung is in third. He has that all to himself. Going into the banked right-hander, 1.3 second gap between Cards and Rob. Making his way up the hill. Mats did have a slight advantage, but that Mercedes is pulling him in. I think Matt's just got enough to keep him at bay. It is almost impossible for Rob to lunge into any of the last corners. He is not close enough. It does appear that Mr. Leslie, aka GRT Cards Fan, as he comes down the hill for the final time, as long as he doesn't spoon it into the wall, which he does not, is going to come across the line to win this round of the GRT3 League. Yeah, I can go with that one. And there it is, cross the line. Matt first, Rob is second. Mung 16 seconds back. Coming down the hill, a little bit wide. If you can hear me, one, give us a flash of your lights, that is. Keep it clean. Cross the line, having a wave, having a flash. Mung takes third. Brilliant job. Here's the battle for fourth and fifth. Mash has managed to keep it ahead of Crimson. Crimson with those tortured tyres, but Mash's aren't actually that much better. Across the line, Mash is fourth, Crimson's fifth. Brilliant job, boys. Here we go in sixth. The
GG
first of the
Matt,
Porsches.
emoji thumbs up, emoji
Corel
clapping
and Hippie
hands.
very much been tailing each other the entire time. Here comes Bertie, has managed to find P9. Guessing there has been a issue with Achilles. That is the
Good race,
timeout.
guys.
Brilliant, guys. Awesome job. I hope I've done everybody proud with the...
What a race, guys.
Good calling, mate.
I was going to say, I just hope I've done everyone proud
Cards,
with the
Rob, great
brilliant
work, fellas.
camel work. Because there's only so much you can do by pushing left and right and up and down.
Magnifico.
Pad user in the top 5 in the F1. Hippie, great battle, my friend.
Indeed. Crimson, amazing job. Before anyone comes out, can
Good
I
job,
get...
TJ.
Mung, Cards
What a
and
hunt,
Rob
Rob
back on
Craig.
track, please, if you can hear me.
Good stuff, Mung. Emoji thumbs up, emoji clapping hands.
Rob, Matt and Mung back on track, please.
Pad user here too.
Oh, I'm back. Bursting for the toilet
That
into
is-
the lap fan or something. Honestly, just you talking saved me wetting myself. Honestly, dude, I swear to God, you talking just took my mind off it.
Well,
I
I,
kept creeping in.
I do try my
and then
best.
Start listening to you, and it would just go away, and it would come back.
Can we come round the first corner if you can hear me, please, boys? Just purely because this camera angle is horrible. If you want to do like a little bit of a parade lap, or just come on round. There we go. Thank you very much. I would say Rob let Matt past, but if you want to have a bit of a parade, Gad's coming in for purely for show. But here we go. There is your top 3 with a roaming Gad Gaming. Gad just wants to be first. That's all it is. But there are your leaders and your winners. Amazing job, boys. Absolutely amazing.
Great job on track.
If I can get the camera to flip round, which I hope it's going to do, 'cause you guys are looking splendiferous. There we go. Let's just turn off all of my race info. There we go. I'm going to ignore the numbers, because we know the positions. Once again, amazing job. If you do feel like you want to take out Cards Fan, crack on. You are now free to do so. But amazing job, guys. Once again, brilliant work. So as these 3 make their way around the track, thank you very much for joining the Group 3 League at Maggiore. I will set up for the next race once we finish, but that is it for tonight. Thank you very much everyone for taking part, for doing such an amazing job. It's always a pleasure. I'm a little bit hoarse, but it's all good fun. I've been KhaosRising. Thank you for watching GRT. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.